Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. I wanted to do a reading focused on the Divine Masculine, and this is for those of you who are at a distance from one another. You are not with your Divine Masculine, and we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what it is that they would like to share through this reading. All right, so I'll be pulling dialogue from my Thinking Man Oracle. I'll be using volume 1 and 2. So I've actually combined both volumes here, which is why there's a lot of cards. I've already pre-shuffled them, but I'll shuffle them a little bit more here to get things started. So let's grab some words from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine and what it is that needs to come through, how they're feeling, what they're thinking, what it is that they need to say at this time. And then we'll go ahead and clarify, of course, with some tarot messages. All right, so let's go ahead and grab a few cards from here. So already we've got some jumping out. Sometimes I wish we could just be again. All right, so they're hoping perhaps that you can try again, get back together perhaps. I've wanted to reach out so many times, I just wasn't sure you wanted me to reach out. So many messages left unsent, perhaps someday. We also have, I love you enough to know you deserve better than me. And that could be for some of you, you know, where they recognize that they just aren't able to show up for you the way you need them to. So of course, take whichever one of these messages you feel instinctively is coming from your Divine Masculine. And one last one, I'm crazy for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and do separate clarifications for each card. We'll start off with this one. Sometimes I wish we could just be again. Okay, so let's grab some tarot. This is a Divine Masculine who clearly wants a second chance, a reconciliation with the Divine Feminine. So I'll be pulling from my Valentine Connection Tarot here. Now, the thing is, even though they want to try again and wanting you back, Divine Feminine, for those of you who relate to this, you may or may not be ready for a reconciliation, or you could still be in need of healing in order for union or a reunion to happen. It just depends on where you're at. Would you be open to your masculine coming back? We do have the Wheel of Fortune, so clearly a masculine who wants things to change and to perhaps be revived in the relationship. We do have the Nine of Pentacles. We also have the Ace of Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel we have a masculine here who's wanting to come in and to perhaps fix the situation, but they also recognize that it might take some time. They're just going to have to, you know, go at the snail's pace of the Knight of Pentacles, where it has to move slowly in order for healing to happen and to continue. Perhaps they're single right now. Nine of Pentacles is that very independent solo type energy, but they could also be doing quite well maybe in their finances. Okay, we have the 10 from the Wheel of Fortune. We've got 9, and then the Ace could add up to that 10. But I do feel here that they are wanting to bring in this solid offer towards you, Divine Feminine, to let you know that they are ready to give you perhaps what they could not before. So the cycle of change here, I feel on behalf of this masculine, is to come towards you as a better person. Look at this, and we've got the 10 of Cups. So this is what it is perhaps that they would like to be able to make a reality, to be your life partner. Perhaps this includes long-term commitment. It could include starting a family. It could, of course, be future marriage for some of you. I mean, if we look at their words, sometimes I wish we could just be again. Now, for some of you, this could also be an indication that you are married to this person, but maybe you guys separated and they're wanting to come back together and give the marriage another try. It could be something like that. We do have the World card. We've got the Lovers coming through. Some of you guys could also be dealing with a Gemini. Okay, that's coming through here. We've got the World representing cycles that have completed. Okay, so I feel that the old narrative of how you guys interacted with each other, this is something that needs to phase out. That's a door that needs to close, or it has already closed. And this is giving you both the opportunity to start again and to perhaps interact in a very different way so that you guys can have a successful relationship here. I feel when it comes to this masculine, especially sexually speaking, I feel nobody compares to you. Nobody compares to the type of passion and intimacy that the two of you had. This is the type of chemistry that was just off the charts intense. And I feel the love is coming through here from the masculine, and they would love to be able to bring this back. And now we've got the Ace of Swords as well as the Ace of Cups. So they want to start again, and perhaps they see things a whole lot clearer now. You know, maybe they needed time apart from you, Divine Feminine, in order to realize how and what it is that they want to happen moving forward between the two of you. I feel they've also spent time working on themselves, and that could certainly be picking up off of self-love. If they have love for themselves, if they've worked on their own journey and their own healing, hopefully this is a masculine who can come towards you as a better partner. Okay, but we clearly see here that they still love you and that they would love to try again. All right, so that's what's coming through from that message. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second one. All right, so I've wanted to reach out so many times. I just wasn't sure you wanted me to reach out. Okay, so they're uncertain whether or not you would be open to communication, Divine Feminine. So many messages left unsent, perhaps someday. All right, so let's clarify this and see what's going on when it comes to this message from the masculine. I'll be pulling from my Illuminated Star Tarot. This is volume 2. I'm still working on this one, so I'm still revising it. I'll let you guys know once it's in my deck shop, all right? So let's go ahead and clarify this message. They want to reach out, but they've stopped themselves. Okay, some of you could be Virgo. You could be dealing with a Virgo Divine Masculine. But I feel here that they have spent a lot of time on their own, possibly soul searching, but through this time of solitude, I feel they've had a lot of realizations when it comes to you, Divine Feminine. But I feel at the end of the day, in their heart space, that they want nothing more than to come back together with you, wanting to bridge the gap, the distance between the two of you. Look at this, 4 of Cups. We have the 5 of Swords. We also have the 2 of Wands. Wow, 10 of Wands coming through. This is a pretty heavy burden that your masculine has been carrying, perhaps, since you guys saw each other last. And part of the reason why there could have been separation and distance is because they weren't fully invested in the relationship. 5 of Swords, as we can see here, we have conflicts presenting itself. It could also be a masculine that was not trustworthy. They could have been sneaking around. There could have been infidelity here. And so they've been carrying this heaviness around because of something in the past that they might have done or said. And 2 of Wands representing the fact that they want to make better choices, to make decisions that could help bring you guys back together and planning a future together. But that can only happen if both people are on the same page. 4 of Cups representing the fact that this masculine feels the disconnection here, and they're also afraid that maybe too much time has passed. And this could also be telling you, Divine Feminine, that life as they know it hasn't been anything to write home about. You know, this could also be a card of boredom. And if there were infidelities here or a third party situation, maybe that's a thing of the past. And they could be single at this point in time, and life is just not as exciting. You know, something's missing, and that thing, that person that's missing is you. And the problem with this is they might also be feeling that because of so much time that's passed, or too much water under the bridge here, where they feel that they have truly missed the opportunity to be with you, which is why they haven't even bothered to send these messages. They want to so badly, but that's what's preventing them from doing that. And then this could be clarification for the feminines here, that you decided to walk away from your masculine because of things that might have been done. And I can't help but feel for some of you, it could have been a third party. It could have been trust issues, perhaps, you know? And I feel, my feminines, you detached in order to work on yourself. And maybe you're in a much better space now. But we have a masculine here who still feels that you're the one, that it would certainly be worth exploring what the future has in store. They recognize that you're the one person that made them happy, you know, so they recognize that the past could be very painful, but they're also wanting to build a future with you, and they're holding on to this idea that they could still experience this happiness with you. But they also know that it might be a lost cause at this point. I'm feeling that for this masculine. You know, it's a case of having the best of intentions, but it's coming in a little bit too late, I feel, for some scenarios here. This is that solid offer, perhaps, of commitment towards the feminine, and that could have been an issue before. And so this is this perhaps guilt that they've been carrying around with them, knowing that they lost the one person that they truly loved and cared for, and missed the chance, you know, just missing the boat, missing the opportunity to make this a reality. So this one can be a little bit of a painful journey for this masculine, I feel. That's how I'm picking up off of that. All right, so it could be a lesson that life is wanting them to learn at this point because of something that they did to hurt the feminine. All right, so that could be karma served right there. All right, guys, so let's look at the third card that was pulled. I love you enough to know you deserve better than me. Okay, so let's see what that's about here. And maybe they recognize some of the hurtful things that they've done in the past, and knowing at this point, Divine Feminine, that you really do deserve somebody who has better intentions, you know? So it kind of goes together with what we've already seen, a missed opportunity to be with you. All right, so I'll be pulling from my Celestial Cosmos Tarot deck here. Yeah, look at this. Five of Swords. You guys just weren't seeing eye to eye. There could have been a lot of disagreements and arguments here. There could have also been other people in the picture. Five of Swords can be picking up off of sneakiness and other people who might have driven a wedge between the two of you. This could be a situation at this point that is very much in need of healing. And maybe the time spent apart could be a good thing for the two of you, because there's this broken heart here that clearly needs to, it really does need time to be able to reassess the situation and to heal from what's happened. You know, it's a broken heart for a reason. And I feel this could be a masculine who could be single at this point. They might not be in a relationship, or they might have gotten themselves mixed up in more drama. And that's drama that I feel you don't need, Divine Feminine. So we do have the Four of Cups coming through. So the interesting thing about fours in tarot, it can represent stability, but I feel that with the Five of Swords coming through here, that could have been lacking. And so Four of Cups coming through again, regrets. We've got depression. It is coming up in the upright. So along with those regrets and the disconnectedness that we've already talked about, I feel this really is coming through as a missed opportunity. So, you know, this third scenario here might actually coincide with the second one, and that might go together. It could be one storyline right there if it makes sense for your situation. So again, I'm feeling that for this masculine, it could be one of those things where they had to learn that lesson apart from you. And then we've got the Hierophant right here. That's followed by the Ten of Cups, okay? Some of you guys could have already been married, or you talked about commitment in that way. that could have been an issue. You know, somebody was unable to commit here, and we're focusing, of course, on the divine masculine. And in order to restore the connection here, I feel, first of all, as we've already said, healing needs to happen in order for both people to be open to coming back together. But I feel this is a masculine who knows that they would create more damage than good through a reunion here. But it hasn't been easy for them. They have been struggling in their partnerships, in their life, other romantic connections perhaps. You know, they might have gotten into other relationships where it also ended painfully. They really need to learn the lessons tied into their behaviors and past interactions with people. And this includes you, Divine Feminine, where, you know, you might have decided, you know what, I can't deal with this, I'm out. And as we can see from this image, you know, we have a masculine here who's holding on to this feminine who's out the door, getting ready to leave. You know, it's like, please don't go. I need you. I want you. I love you, and all that stuff. But I feel, Divine Feminine, you might have had enough and decided, you know, I can't deal with this. I have to move on. And just going back to the verbiage, I love you enough to know you deserve better than me. So once the dust settled and this masculine was really able to assess the situation, I feel they realized that it really was for the best. But that really hasn't made it easy for them. 5 of Cups representing what they've been through. And if you look at both of these images and the body language, it's been very difficult for them, you know, grieving the loss of the partnership, but also knowing that you deserve better, you know? That's what's coming through there. Let's see what else. Yeah, look at this. We've got the 8 of Cups. That is followed by the 5 of Wands. So interesting how the 5 of Swords and 5 of Wands, both in the upright, have very similar interpretations, disagreements and competition, you know. And so Divine Feminine, that's probably why you detached and walked away from your masculine, because they couldn't do right by you. You know, you guys were maybe always arguing or bickering, really not seeing eye to eye. So Ace of Swords here, I feel perhaps, Divine Feminine, you were able to finally think clearly and realize that you deserve better, and you probably did cut this masculine out. And by spending time apart from you, Divine Feminine, they realize the same thing, that they still love you, but also recognizing that you deserve better than what they could have ever offered you. Okay, and then we have the 7 of Cups right here. So they could be entertaining other options at this point, or maybe that was the issue to begin with. And they really do have to learn these lessons tied into making better choices, or at least being able to decide the person that they want to be able to invest their time into, rather than having, you know, so many options that they're spreading themselves too thin. Because that's just going to land them in hot water once again, and it's going to create more of the same pattern right here, where, you know, we've got people who aren't going to stick around because they're not willing to stick around and commit fully anyway. So that's a pattern that this masculine really needs to focus on. And interesting how we've got the Knight of Wands. Very charming, very free-spirited, as we can see in the upright. But this is also a card of perhaps a masculine who just wants to have their fun, but not really ready to commit, you know. And that's a huge thing for this connection. In order to have a successful partnership, in order to have a successful reunion, then we have a masculine who needs to be able to decide that they're going to invest fully just on this connection with this Divine Feminine, and they know that they're not able to do that at this point in time. You know, you deserve better, and they know this now. Whew, that was intense. Okay, so one last card here for the Divine Masculine. All right, so this one says, I'm crazy for you. Okay, so let's grab some insight there. I'll be pulling from my Tarot Teacher, the revised edition. And for those who aren't familiar, this is a deck that I created for those who would like to learn how to read tarot for yourselves. And it's got upright and reversed interpretations on each card. So of course, all the decks you see here, guys, I'll link it down below, okay? All right, I'm crazy for you. All right, let's see. The Star, you could be dealing with an Aquarian here. Okay, so this is, of course, a card of wishes that can come true, a fulfilled wish, or somebody's really hoping and wishing that you guys can come together. It could also be someone who's being guided back to you, Divine Feminine. We've got some nice cards here. Ace of Pentacles, that is followed by the Wheel of Fortune. Look at this next card. We've got the Ten of Cups. We have the Judgment card. All right, so whenever I see that, somebody is being guided back to you. This is someone from your past. And I feel this right here represents their need to talk to you. It could be an apology. It could be somebody who desires to come back into your life. And they really have had the opportunity to, you know, assess the situation from the past and maybe really wanting to fix things here, wanting to communicate in some way, shape, or form, wanting a reconciliation is what I'm feeling there. We do have tens popping up here, so we might have cycles that are completing here, wanting to perhaps close certain doors and opening up new ones in order to bring you guys back together. And this could also be an indication that this is a masculine who wants to be able to bring in stability through commitment. That's what it is that they want to be able to manifest through a new beginning with you. But of course, Divine Feminine, you would have to be on the same page. We do have the Magician. Some of you could be Gemini or Virgo. This, of course, is a beautiful card of manifestation, you know, so there are potentials here as far as having a second chance at love for the two of you. They clearly are telling you here, Divine Feminine, they're crazy for you. They still desire you. They still want you. The Magician could be picking up off of the opportunity to get back together. It can represent a rekindled romance here. And right next to the Judgment, this is a masculine for sure who wants to be able to come back. Someone from your past who wants to return. And part of the reason why you might not be with this person at this point, Divine Feminine, is because you guys had this Tower moment. So we might have a masculine who needed to spend time apart from you as well in order to realize what you meant to them. And they really are hoping to get past some of the difficulties and challenges in order to have a second chance with you. So they've gone through their awakening as well in order to be a better partner for you. And with that Wheel of Fortune coming up, I feel things are changing for the better. Let's see what else. What else do we need to know here? We've got the Chariot, and then we have the Hierophant. So very nice cards. We've got Cancer, we've got Taurus coming through as well. Beautiful cards, because this right here represents the commitment that is needed from this person. So with that Tower showing up, and I just realized we've got so many major arcanas popping up here. And so I feel during this time apart from you, Divine Feminine, you have a masculine here who really has learned some pretty valuable lessons tied into this whole experience without you. And they want to be able to do what's right for the connection in order to get things moving towards union here. So that's beautiful. I feel this is certainly a wish that can manifest for those of you who relate to this message. I love that. All right, guys, so I'll go ahead and wrap things up with some healing messages, whichever scenario you were able to relate to. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm going to pull from, I forget the name of this deck. I believe it's the Whispers. It's either the Whispers of Love or the Whispers of Healing deck. I think this one is Whispers of Healing. I apologize. I will link it down below, however. All right, let's see. Angels and spirit guides, please. Healing messages for the collective. Healing messages for the collective. All right, this one is flipping out. Let's see, in a good way, of course. We have give back. All right, that's a crucial message coming through for this reading, I feel, because there could have been a problem with equality. There could have been a problem with two people who were able to meet each other halfway or to meet in the middle. You know, you could have been dealing with a divine masculine who was constantly taking from you, divine feminine, but not giving back, not reciprocating the love, the affection, or the time that they spent with you. So I feel that's actually a crucial message that's presenting itself here. All right, so let's wrap it up to clarify that. I'll be pulling from my Tanielu Tarot deck here. All right, let's see. Okay, so we've got the Two of Wands, and look at this. There's our Tower once again. So I feel that was part of the reason for the breakup, because they just didn't give you what it was that you needed from the relationship. So I feel, divine feminine, this is a masculine telling you that they recognize this, that in order to have a future with you and to avoid any future Tower moments, that they're going to have to choose the right path to come towards you. And look at this. I love it. We've got the Magician once again. We have the Ten of Cups. That's what it is that they want to be able to build with you. Six of Cups, Three of Wands, very nice cards. And then we have the Ace of Cups. So there's a new opportunity to come back together here. This is clearly indicating the fact that they still think about you. They focus on those memories that you guys have shared. They would really prefer to not be stuck in the past and those painful memories tied into some of the experiences that might have contributed to that Tower moment, and really wanting to restore harmony and balance in the connection. I feel they really are thinking long term. It could be marriage. It could be truly building a life with you, starting a family with you, picking up off of both of these cards here, and wanting to truly bridge the gap, bridge the distance so that you guys can come back together. They want that progress from the Three of Wands, and of course the opportunity for a second chance at love, you know, a new chapter here. And it would be quite beneficial through this healing message that perhaps you both are able to work on self-love first and to be able to fill this cup. That is how I see the Ace of Cups. It always starts with the person who is in need of healing, to be able to love oneself, to fill that cup, and to be able to prepare yourself for this new chapter in love with the person that you care for and want to share a life with. All right, so that's where I will leave this one. Hopefully there's something in the messages that resonate for you. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, I'd love to do that for you. That information is down below in the description box. Please like, share, subscribe, comment if you'd like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.